What's up, everybody? We're back again. It's episode 92 of the Dadbod Golf Pod. It's Friday. We have our own friendship, no extra friendship, just big time three-way friendship going on right now. It's Kyle, Nate, Ben, proud members of the Believe Podcast Network, the #1 podcast network for professionals. Fellas,
yo,
how's it going?
It's awesome. Friday. Ben still sucks at golf on Friday.
Yes.
What's up,
man?
So we had a monumental thing happen today. It was monumental. This is episode 92. Episode 92, and Ben and Nate played their first round of golf together today.
I literally never.
I let him down.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. Kyle, you always mentioned that I averaged like 13 and a half fairways around. Yes. That did not happen today.
Well, if you wanted to get some action on this, you probably could have found some type of prop bets
Took the over
of this golf outing on Betonline.ag because they got everything. You can head to their new updated desktop, mobile website, whatever.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Sign up today, receive 50% off welcome, 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Just use promo code BELIEVE50, BLEAV 50 to receive your bonus. They got basketball, baseball, golf. I don't have baseball because it's over.
It's not baseball season.
You can bet on how many fairways Ben will hit in a round. Casino games. Don't wait to take advantage of all the amazing offers for the 2021 season. Bet online where the game starts. So I want to hear.
Good job.
I want to hear all the
awesome.
dirty details. All the dirty details about the match. Not really the match, but the round that we've all been waiting for. Nate and Ben, friendship in the same cart on the course. Tell us about it.
First and
highlights. Oh yeah, absolutely.
First and foremost, I can tell you that I've never met anybody that has as violent a swing as I do. As Nate Pass.
Yes.
We by far, the two of us, are not what you would put on video to say, hey, learn to swing like these guys in order to play great golf.
A lot going on.
We would have like the big circle with the line through it, like
we would. There would be the constant X going through there. And
does your tempo suck? And there'd be videos of us hitting.
Yeah, it'd be the two of us. And I let Nate down because driver usually is what keeps me in the ball game, and my fade left me today. I was hitting draws for some reason.
We both were.
Yeah. Even Nate,
we both are buttercut guys and just drawing it all over the daggum golf course.
I had no idea what was going on there. And even when I thought I figured it out, then it just got worse. So,
boy.
Yeah, it was one of those things that was absolutely terrible. The wedge game was not there. Even at one point in time, Nate was like, "Are you upset?" Because I just left. I started walking down the fairway, and then I blew a putt 20 feet by, and I was like, "I got to think about some things. Things are not going great right now."
We had a little come to Jesus meeting with self.
Yes.
He's like, I'm pissed. I'm walking.
Yeah, and the thing is I hit the fairway that hole, and then had I don't know 80, 86, 87 yards in. Perfect little sand wedge. Kyle, you've seen it a ton of times.
Oh yeah.
I was a good 20 yards short of the pin. Now I was on the green, but it just was. I was so frustrated.
So then he blows the putt by like 12 feet, and he's just dog cussing. And then pours in the par putt, but it wasn't enough. Like, he was still so upset about the wedge shot. He makes a great par, and he's still just fuming as he walks.
Sometimes you gotta give yourself.
You gotta stay focused. You gotta stay pissed.
Sometimes you gotta give yourself a good dog cussing, and then then you can jump right back in it.
Ben did get to see my tirades after.
Oh yeah,
which there was plenty of them today.
Ben, what was your favorite thing he said? What was your favorite thing he said?
He really behaved himself. He kept it under his breath a lot. He just was really animated. I just had to make sure he wasn't slapping himself in the head with his putter head or something like that. Not gonna knock himself out. And he played decent golf. I mean, we didn't score great, but we brothered
no birdies
really
between
well.
the two of us.
That's
Yeah.
that's wild.
36 holes between the two of us, not a single birdie.
Yeah, I'm usually probably a 2 birdie around type guy. Nope. Did have 2 doubles today. That was fantastic. Enjoyed that. That was awesome.
I've got a couple notes from our round. First of all, Ben plays with graphite shafts in his irons. Oh wow. All right. Here's something that I kind of want to get Kyle's
It
opinion
still
on.
hit my irons better than him, so he's got
right.
a lot to be happy about.
Whatever, man. So I want the readers, I want the listeners to jump in on this too. This is something that really grinded my gears playing with Ben today, and I didn't tell him. I told him there was something that grinded my gears, but I said I'd do it on the pod. Ben, please don't ever ask if putts are good. If it's good, then they'll say it. If not, put that damn ball in the hole. Hey, JJ, yes or no? Yes or no?
There were 3
Yep.
of us.
Thank you. Did not want to putt it. Thank you.
That would have been nice to know a little bit earlier. Since there were just
No,
3 of
I
us
was
in the group, I mean, goodness gracious alive. By the way, shout out to JJ. So thank you for making me putt out like 2-footers and then giving me 5-footers. That was awesome, JJ. Appreciate that.
The way we
He
had
has a psychological warrior.
It is no doubt. It was
3-on-3, and so we had one guy from each group for accountability. I'm
Sure.
not gonna be able to explain this well, but it was me and Ben were on team, and then our third was in the other group, and their third, JJ, was in our group. And so, me and Ben would just give each other putts all day. I mean, every putt that Ben had was good with me.
Yeah.
but he walked up, hey, bud, good or not?
Yep. Up, down, up, down.
At one point on 7, the other team was already in with Birdie, and Nate chipped up, and he was down at the bottom, and he was going to be giving the other team a read. And I was like, "That's good, Nate. Go ahead and pick that birdie up. That's good. I love it. Go ahead and get that."
Good forward there, pal. Really good.
And of course, the other group just kind of stared at me, and they're like, "What?" And I'm like, "No, it was good with me. I think he's good."
Yeah, we ended up pairing up and getting a little sixsome on the last 3 holes, and that is fun. I mean, I don't know if it would have been fun for all 18, but a sixsome is a blast.
Yeah,
it really is
in golf. Yeah.
Especially if you're all, moving along and there's not a whole lot of whacking all over the place. It can be a lot of fun.
Right.
A lot of
You got
practice.
6
I will say that's
guys.
the one thing with me and Nate played for the first time. If there's something that you can take away from it, and I think all 3 of us, now that I've played with both of you, I think all 3 of us very fast golfers.
Yes.
Yes.
Like it is.
No practice swings.
I hate getting stuck with those people that are taking a ton of practice swings. I get one thing lining up putts, but for the most part, it's like, hey, is it 2 balls out? Is it ball out? Is it what do you see here? You ask one of your playing buddies or something like that. But
had a plumb bob
yeah.
it up.
Read your putts
bob
while the other guys are putting.
Yeah, and that's, if I can say anything when it comes to the Dadbod Golf Pod, you guys have got to speed up play, because the 3 of us really get around a golf course. We don't rush at any means. We don't rush.
Oh,
right.
It's but that, when you get paired up with some rando every now and then they're taking their time, it's like, man, come on, bro.
Start your process while you're waiting.
Yes.
Don't start your process when it's your turn.
Right.
That is,
play ready golf.
Exactly. Ready golf. We didn't even go through that. Didn't even have to talk about it. All of a sudden, there were a couple of times Nate went up there and went ahead and teed off and went ahead and hit. You didn't hear me or JJ complaining about that. It's like, Go ahead, just hit. If you're ready, go.
The only thing I won't do is I won't tee off first, even if I'm ready. If there was a birdie prior.
Yeah, that wasn't an issue with us today, Kyle. That was not an issue.
Yeah, never ran into that.
Never.
And I
we'll
will
cross
say,
that bridge when we get there.
Yeah.
One day we're gonna have that issue.
We're not there yet.
Hopefully,
we're not there yet.
There's not everybody's good at riding in the cart with somebody else, and sometimes the first time you take a look getting used to. I will say that me and Ben just kind of really meshed as cart partners, because you got to figure out, who's taking the cart when.
There's
you got
a flow
these awkward, and I think the flow is established early. And I think it was established well. Also, I would have lost 17 balls in the leaves if Ben. So it'd be like I'd hit a drive and I'd be like 80 yards ahead of Ben, looking where I thought it was, and he'd be like, 80 yards back. Like, hey, bub, right here. You don't hit it 390 in the leaves there, pal. So thank goodness for Ben on that.
Illusions of grandeur.
Yeah, you didn't bounce all the way down the cart path every single hole, pal.
Yeah, pal. Come on back. Let's look under this leaf back here about 250.
The other note I had, first of all, I was just thinking of stuff that was, once we did the 13 dumbest things in golf, like I start thinking about it now.
Yeah.
Which now we just try and say everything that we said you're not supposed to say. But honors on the tee box. If there's a birdie, that's fine. Otherwise, ready golf. Like I've never been about that. That's one of the dumbest rules in golf. It's so outdated.
Yeah.
One of my new favorite phrases that you shouldn't say that I say all the time is good miss. I love good miss because it's like, hey, you made bad contact and you got away with it. You didn't deserve that, but
it worked out.
Hey, good miss there.
Good miss.
You smoke one in the woods, hits the tree, and it bounces back out. Good miss.
There's no telling how many times
you towed that completely.
I heard today. I heard that won't hurt you. And we talked about it, and that really stuck in my head right there. I was like, I heard that 50 times a day.
That won't hurt you.
That won't hurt you.
We hit that.
I just had a double. It did hurt me.
So out of 10, what do we give it? What do we give it? First round together, out of 10, what do we say?
Oh, the experience? 10 out of 10, man. I enjoyed it. I loved it.
I would say 9.5 out of 10 just because we didn't have a birdie. I'd say that would have made it perfect. But no,
if you would have birdie.
Riding with Ben is definitely one of my favorite things.
I will say we had the opportunity. I played with JJ before a couple of times, so he didn't complain, but even they didn't complain about my music because I've always got music playing whenever I play. And
although Ben has Pandora, so you made me mid backswing and you hear a commercial start.
Yeah. I refuse to pay for the non-commercial Pandora. I refuse to pay for it.
What about Spotify?
You know what's funny about that? He made fun of me for having the non-commercial free Pandora. He could not get his Spotify to work all day. And I was like, that's karma, bub. There you go.
That's what you get, bub.
I don't know when we start with this bub stuff, but I love it. Just a couple hours ago, we all just started saying, hey, bub.
Hey, bub. Yeah, absolutely.
And we were hit or miss today, even though JJ was not on our team. Number 2 had to go off the back, but even when we got around week number 2, 3 probably of the worst golf shots, tee shots that you've ever seen in your life on a par 3.
I could have almost shot it with my rangefinder from where I ended up on that par 3.
We should have all just said,
149 off the tee box. I think I could have shot it within my regulations.
Yep. We should have just said, you know what? Let's all take a bogey and go on to number 3.
Yeah.
This is just ridiculous.
Let's just skip.
Why are we even here?
Yep.
And
what happened?
Me
and JJ both chunked it, had about 68 yards left.
Wow.
I thinned it and drew it. How do you
tough.
thin draw?
Little toey, little thin toe, thin and toey.
And then these two go after me, and I guess because I thinned it, they decided we're not doing that, and they both chunked it and ended up 25 yards behind where I was.
Yeah,
but I was in
anti-thin swing.
Yeah, and so
Ben got out of the bunker to the back fringe.
Yeah, to the back fringe,
rough, which is kind of cool.
We're literally walking out the tee box, and I was like, you know what? That by far is the worst display of golf that we could have possibly shown these people that live on hole number 3. And congratulations to us. We're that bad.
Wow.
So then the golf got way better because that afternoon, J. Kyle Rush shows up.
Yeah.
For a little 2v2 modified alternate shot
death match. Yes.
With Tommy Kayworth and a really good listener of ours, David Brooks.
A big fan. He's a big fan.
Let me tell you, Nate had had a few Coors Lights.
Yes,
kind of got a little case of the giggles. Kyle had a late afternoon, early evening,
and a Nike Vapor Nike Vapor driver,
just vaporizing.
Yeah, as I'm leaving, Kyle shows up and he talks about his new driver that he's got, and I was like, "Oh, that's sweet. What you got?" And it's got this sweet head cover that's like glistening in the sun. And I look at it, I'm like, that looks like a Nike logo. And he pulls it off, and then there's this fluorescent green outline to the outside of his driver. I was like, what the hell is that?
It looked like a soccer cleat.
And he was
There's
like,
a soccer cleat
"It's
coming
a-
out of that thing.
Yeah, it's a Nike Vapor. And I was like, oh my gosh.
For those that don't know, I broke my TaylorMade sim. The top cap, like just popped off like a potato chip, like a bag of popcorn, just popped. I guess because I'm so strong. I don't know.
You did birdie the hole. You need to always throw that
I
in there. That
did.
you
I did birdie
hole.
the hole when the driver cap popped off. But so
And beat me. So maybe you should-
TaylorMade sending me another one, and so meanwhile I got a substitute, and it was a Nike Vapor, and it was awesome. I was owning it. It was great. So yeah, so we get in a little.
He
We get in a
loved
little.
it.
The look
I
on his
really
face
did.
when he says that, look at him. He's like,
I have like
love
it's
it.
like a glisten in my eye thinking about it. No, I hit it really good. I was actually really impressed. So
It's not that square. That's not the Sasquatch though that you dreamed of having all those years that your dad wouldn't buy for
that
you.
would have been perfect, but no, it was it was the last driver they made, I think, before they quit making clubs. But so we get in a death match, modified alternate shot, and we discover that we are terrible alternate shot.
Just that day, dude. Don't.
It was
I
bad
hate
day.
that you say that because it
It was
hurts.
bad. It was a bad 9 holes. It was a bad 9.
Rematch. Yeah, we
We're gonna
came
get
out,
rematch.
came out with double,
Yeah,
60 yards
From-
out.
we were 60 yards out and doubled on the first hole. Then
So whose drive? Your drive, Kyle?
yeah, I piped one, and
I
it
caught
was
a
the only
flyer.
problem was it was in a little bit of a funky lie, and Nate caught all of it and went
A little
sailed,
short-sighted.
sailed the green, left a little bit short sided. I couldn't get it that close, and then we both missed a putt. I think we 3-putted from there. It
On
was,
and 3 putted.
it was terrible. It was terrible. It was terrible. So we lost that hole. We go to 11.
I would
And
hope you did.
what happened on 11? We bogeyed 11. We
Bogeyed 11.
We bogeyed 12. We 3-putted
3
12.
putted from
Wait
8
a
feet.
second. You double and then bogey.
Yes,
Oh, you guys
Yeah,
are
a par
fire.
five.
You guys are doing well.
4
absolutely,
over through 3.
absolutely in fuego.
But we were making really good jokes the whole time.
The
Like
whole
our,
time.
our
It
humor
was-
game was really good.
It was elite. It was elite. We finally win a hole on 13. I hit a good drive on 13. It's pretty short, par 4. We go to 14. What do we do on 14, Nate?
I hit one up there naked and you almost made the putt.
Yeah, that's right. So we split that hole, I think. We go to 15. They're getting a stroke on 15. So we're getting beat by dudes that are getting strokes. And so 15, they stroked and beat us. 16.
Did they stroked and tied us?
The strokes and tied.
They made a 6-5 and we made
6-5.
bogey.
Let's go. Yeah. 16, maybe they won that one. But make a long story short, we ended up trying to press on 18 and we lost 18 too. So I think if we actually took our score, it would have been
Maybe not 45.
maybe
Maybe worse.
44.
Yeah.
Alternate shot. It was terrible. It was
And-
god awful.
Afterwards, Kyle's dad calls him. He puts him on speakerphone. And Kyle's dad is pretty riled up. I'm just going
Yeah.
to go ahead and announce this.
I don't
Kyle's
know.
dad's pretty riled up for Kyle's dad. What's your dad's name?
Charlie.
Charlie, not 5, just Charlie.
Yep.
Charlie and Nate versus Ben and Kyle. And Charlie is so pumped up. Like I thought he was about to disown his own son on the phone.
Hey, he was
He's like,
excited.
you mean Nate? He said, we're going to kick their ass. I said, you're
exact-
daggum right, Charlie.
That's exactly what he said.
He said, I know Kyle's game. We got that. And that other one, I said, listen, he can't hit a fairway to save his life now. He's
Oh,
at 1.5
there's no doubt.
fairways, Charlie.
He said,
Today would have
Ben,
been a good day.
he said, I know. He's like, Ben, I can tell. He's a lot like me. A lot like me. We're going to hit a lot of fair.
I said, he's
Lot
a
of
short
fairway.
He said, I am too.
I am too.
too.
I am too. We're gonna get. Yeah, he was excited. He was fired up. But yeah, Nate, we got to work on our alternate shot game.
Yeah. And then a quick story at the bar afterwards, Clayton
Y'all said y'all were
Cawthorn,
doing were doing a modified alternate shot. What was the modified version of?
You both tee
So-
off.
Okay.
Yeah. And then you choose a drive and then you alternate shot from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So having a beer with our good friend Tommy afterwards, and Clayton Cawthorn, one of our listeners. What's up, Clayton? Comes up. He said he was listening to it in the car, listening to the podcast, and then he calls his girlfriend, and somehow the podcast kept playing, and so he's hearing her and like my voice, and he's like, "Are you hanging out with Nate from Dadbod Golf Pod right now?" She's like,
Oh my god.
"No, what are you talking about?" Because the podcast is playing at the same time.
Sometimes it does that, and it freaks out. But what's crazy is like that the people you're talking to,
They can't hear it.
They can't hear it, which blows my mind. Have you ever
That's
that ever happened
Nope.
to you? sometimes you're playing a podcast and a phone calls, it doesn't kick it off. And
if he was listening to yesterday's episode,
yikes.
Could have been a weird conversation with his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Shout out Clayton. What's up, dude?
But yeah,
weird conversation anyway that you're talking to him and she's talking to him.
Hey, you know what's not weird?
What's not weird, God? These transitions, they're not weird at all.
There's absolutely nothing weird at Swannies.co. Everything is elite.
Hoodie on.
He's got his hoodie on. Nate's got his polo on. I got my hat on. We're all Swannies athletes. If you can't tell, we're Swannies athletes. We're fired up to work. Fired up to work with them. You use coupon code DadbodGolfPod-25. Take 25% off your next order. Check them out. They're awesome. We love them. Moving on. Last little discussion. Terminology, it seems we stumble over this, but moving the clock forward to where the sun goes down at like 4:45 that's
moving it backwards.
It is moving the clock backwards.
It is. You're right.
Forward is fall back.
Moving the clock in general is the dumbest thing ever, but it really just absolutely puts a damper on fall golf all the way up into March when you get to spring forward or whatever. It's the stupidest thing that has ever been created. It's absolutely you can't tee off after 1 o'clock. You can't get 18 holes in after 1 o'clock.
Not unless you're as fast as us three.
Yeah. Or you play in a club that has like less than 100 members and you can just play and whatever. It's the dumbest thing ever. You can barely get 9 holes in at 3 o'clock. It's dumb. And me and Ben were having an argument over daylight savings time.
This is how dumb it is.
I said daylight savings time. And when I'm saying daylight savings time, I'm meaning the whole moving of clocks is the dumbest thing ever. And it's bad for golf. I was saying daylight savings time. When I say that, I mean moving the clocks is bad for golf. And Ben says daylight savings time is good for golf. So we need to get on the same page and make sure that we're talking about the same thing. So Ben, explain to me why explain to everyone why daylight savings time is good for golf.
Explain to me like I'm a 3-year-old.
What we're in now is called standard time.
Okay.
What we were in 2 weeks ago was daylight saving time. And everybody always wonders, why is it called that? And it's like, it's literally what it says. It's called daylight saving time. The daylight is saving time. It's giving you that extra hour of daylight. So that's why it's called that. And it's a huge thing. It bothers me because it's now turned into a federal thing. The states have actually passed. Alabama is one of the states that have passed where we can lock the clock and not have to go anywhere. We need federal approval in order to make that happen. Only a few states were grandfathered in where they can lock it and they don't have to get federal approval.
Arizona.
We do. We got to have Congress. No, it's Hawaii and I think one part of Indiana. And
what really stinks for us,
it's not Arizona.
It really stinks for us because we're literally as far east as you can be without being in Eastern time. So like, that's why it really gets dark super early in East Alabama.
Yes. Let me just go ahead and tell you, there's a few reasons why we need to lock the clock on daylight saving time. So we have that extra hour of daylight. It decreases crime.
Oh,
so that's one thing. Energy savings. You're using natural light at the end of the day instead of lighting up your house. What do we have to do now? We got to turn on the house to be able to get around at 4:30 in the afternoon. So that sucks.
The only parts of the U.S. that do not have daylight savings time are Hawaii, most of Arizona, Puerto Rico, and the U.S. Virgin Islands. What's up? Don't mess with a homeschooler.
Yeah, homeschooler said Arizona, and it said most of Arizona. It didn't say all of Arizona. So just
you said part of Indiana,
and that is true.
Public school doofus.
It reduces depression.
Oh.
Yes, it reduces heart attacks and strokes, which is what Nate is on the verge of giving me just about every time we do an episode.
Did you get this from your morning radio show info?
No, I got all this stuff.
Hey guys, Ben and Friends in the morning. Let me tell you about a couple things about daylight saving time.
It increases recreation, such as golf, and commerce. So it helps us actually make money. So the reason that you have to go back to standard time is killing the economy.
You get away from standard time.
Exactly. We need to get away from standard time, and we need to do daylight saving time the entire time.
I don't like calling it daylight. I don't like the terminology daylight savings time because it's confusing. Because like I said, it only makes sense. Daylight savings time only makes sense if you're comparing it to another specific time. So in other words,
but you are comparing it. We're in the time that we're supposed to be in right now. Like daylight saving time was created in World War One. Like it was not a thing before this.
That's something to do with like farming.
It used to be called wartime.
I thought this was created. This time was created to make the sunlight earlier.
No.
In the morning because
this is the original time.
If you're still listening to this, thank you.
Absolutely. Bottom line,
Nate wanted no part of this whatsoever. Bottom line, you know what doesn't happen, Kyle? You know what doesn't happen?
What's that?
Me playing the greatest day of golf ever, where I'm playing at Farm Links and then going and playing at Shoal in the same day, does not happen during this time. It only happens during daylight saving time because we would not have had enough daylight in order for me to play 36 holes in 2 different places in one day.
It probably does though in the sun because the days are longer without even changing the clock in the summer and in the spring. The days get longer without changing.
There's actually like a city in Alabama that just
longer.
observes Eastern time because they're so close to the Georgia line.
I mean, right now it's getting dark. I text you guys earlier. Right now it got dark at 4:45 today.
It's terrible.
To add the extra hour, it's 5:45. It still would not have happened. We literally played till like 7:30.
Well, yeah, not in November, Ben. Not in November.
No, I get where you say that it would have been extra time, but it still would have been cut off an hour earlier, so we still would have been able to play.
Okay, regardless. Here's the deal.
Saying?
This is what we're saying, and we're going to get on the same page. Okay. We both agree that the clocks need to stop moving because it's dumb and it kills golf in the fall. Yes. It kills golf. Which fall in Alabama in a lot of places is spectacular. November and early December in Alabama are spectacular.
Yes.
You're 60, 70 degrees, 60 degrees. It's beautiful. Love it.
Nate and I wore shorts today. We're wearing shorts. It's November.
I wore those for Ben.
Can't beat it. But now your daylight's cut out because we're doing this stupid clock thing. Lock the clocks and let's play golf longer and have more fun. And this is a PSA out there for the millions of people that are listening. Fire it up. Call your congressman.
Call your congressman.
And then let's lock the clock.
The state has
we try to avoid politics on the show, but this is something we believe in.
Yes. Something we believe in. I think this is something we all can get behind. This is something we all can get behind, especially all the golfers out there. So
that's right.
Just throwing that out there.
We support any legislation that would lock the clock.
Bingo.
I hope we don't lose any listeners over this.
Good night. God bless. Thank you.
You know what? I think Ben is right. Let's wrap this episode up right now.
Absolutely. Happy Friday, fellas, ladies, anybody that's listening. We appreciate it. It's another week gone by of the Dad Bod Golf Pod. We'll be back on Monday, and we're going to go Monday through Friday. Well, actually, next week there could be some programming. Just stay tuned. We could possibly take a little Thanksgiving off. We are definitely going to do a match recap. Yes. At some point in time, for either Friday night, Saturday morning, something like that. Be on the lookout for that. We can't wait for that. We'll talk to you guys on Monday. Follow us on social media, rate, subscribe, review on the Apple Podcast app, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Have a great weekend. Hit them straight. Oh, yes. We're not supposed to say that. Have fun. Play some golf. Play a lot of golf.
I needed somebody to tell me that today. I really
play a lot of golf. Tee off before 1 o'clock, or you're going to get screwed because the sun's going to go down.
Good miss.
We love y'all. Thanks for listening. Dad Bod Golf Pod.
Always
stroking.